Beyoncé is known for getting herself into trouble, even when she doesn't ask for it. Now that Diddy and Jay-Z aren't the public enemy number one, the baby girl believed she was finally getting some alone time. However, Kanye just went all out with the drama. Because what did Tina do to him that he would attack her in that way? It's time for the man to get help.
Kanye and the game are putting their time and attention in mocking a grandmother, a black grandmother, by putting out a song that seems to disparage and mock Tina Knowles. You know, she just went down a tunnel on the Jennifer Hudson show. And then make Kanye and the game come out with a song, and the game dropping messages, PMs, they do all that.
And think Beyoncé isn't amenable to it. Kanye doesn't know what's coming now that he's playing with Mama, if he thinks the Carters have already hurt him enough. It was Tina Kenny's insane conduct that truly got out of hand when his mother, Dee, passed away. Really? Do you remember when he did this?
Kanye said Kim has diarrhea a lot, like way more than a normal person should have it.
It's from all them damn diets.
She said, please stop posting our private text messages on Instagram. And he gonna say, bitch, I know you texted this from
That doesn't even begin to capture what Ye has been saying and doing out here, though. Since he has been making fun of everyone, his admirers are beginning to disband, because it doesn't seem like this is the same person who gave us college dropout at graduation. He was publicly stating on Twitter that he should be called Yahtzee and Yolf Litzer, as though he had already forgotten the reason for his ban. Kanye launched into a tirade about Jewish wives and their practice of making everyone pay for their first divorce when he returned to defend the Jews. Weak sales records, and in short, Kanye was collapsing, and no one was protected because of their pride child. In other words, he didn't take it well when fans requested him to stop, and he posted again with the words, "Free Puff and F Virgil." Virgil, a close buddy of Kanye's, is now gone. So this is a really strange one. Now that he still feels deceived by the Carters' choice to cut him off without even looking back, Kanye has ruined whatever little relationship he has left with them. Even though they have been friends for 9 years, Kanye and Jay-Z, their relationship was more slanted in Kanye's favor, even before his mother died. As soon as the Carters let Kanye be around them, he wrote for Jay-Z, who was his idol when he started his career. Early in the new millennium, Kanye served as Jay's producer, and Jay-Z's Blueprint album reflected his aesthetic. Also, Beyoncé was influenced by Yeezy's music, and one of the producers admitted that some of the tracks on the Renaissance album were inspired by Kanye's sound.
And so Stewart asked her, what do you want the records to sound like? She was like, they need to sound like Kanye, but not Kanye. And Stewart immediately says, I think S1 was involved a lot on the Yeezy stuff because I see his sound packs every day coming up. So he played the sound pack promo for Beyonce while in the studio. She was like, that's it, send him these Pro Tools sessions. They sent me and my guy the Pro Tools session, me and Jamil. We locked out 2 days where it's we're gonna focus on these particular records and just dial in all day on these records. So that's exactly what we did. Sent the first one back to him.
Kanye and the Carters, however, were more than simply colleagues to Ye. They were his family. By siding with Beyoncé over Taylor Swift, he jeopardized his career and referred to Jay-Z as his older brother. I understand that some of you would argue that he wasn't sent and that Beyoncé didn't want his assistance in her battles. But what Ye did was precisely what friends do when they witness someone wronging them, and Kanye saw. The Carters and his friendship Jay-Z decided to go on a bike ride in the Hamptons with Beyoncé rather than attend Kim Kardashian and Dave's wedding, much like he did with Damon Dash, once he was no longer helpful. If no one else should have been there, Kanye felt that his older brother Jay-Z should have. Therefore, he was incensed about this.
I was hurt about them not coming to the wedding.
I understand they was going through some things, but if it's family, you know, you're not gonna miss a wedding.
Nonetheless, Beyoncé and Jay-Z were 10 times prouder of their decision. The pair didn't want to be in the news after such a big fight, and Jay-Z basically said in his 444 album that they weren't that close if Kenny couldn't understand why he couldn't be there. The accusations against Becky with the nice hair were starting to come out, and they were married 9 days after Solange had touched Jay-Z. Consequently, their friendship soured, and they haven't been on good terms since Kanye's 2016 attack on Jay-Z and Bia. While many expected Jay-Z to remain energetic, he asserted that family disputes are often, and that Kanye was still his younger brother.
That's my brother. We're beyond friends. Really, like literally, my little brother is Kanye. And like your little brother, things happen sometimes.
Kanye never stopped going to see the Carters, so Jay-Z undoubtedly wished he hadn't said that. Without removing his foot from their necks, Kanye was able to criticize the Carters following Kendrick's performance at the Super Bowl. It is hypocritical that one ninja is at the Super Bowl while another is incarcerated. On the Super Bowl stage, Kendrick Lamar ought to shout, "Get out of here," for obvious reasons. On Instagram, he shared many now deleted photos that became viral on social media. Mama Tina, it seems, who was just under the photo of the banana. She's sitting down somewhere and taking care of herself. Kanye quickly followed up his post with a screenshot of him getting into Mama, captioning it, "Tear that monkey up." Using the identical banana, Tina's DM, "Since this isn't it." Even Kanye's most ardent supporters were perplexed by the emoji he shared, asking what was going on. When his supporters urged him to change his ways, Kanye simply responded by posting another one that suggested that he and the gang were writing a song about Tina, and that these two mature guys were still behaving in this way in their later years. Additionally, the fans were quick to call that out. Now, avoid acting as though Jay-Z initiated anything that he said. It's true that Jay no longer speaks to Ye, but Beyoncé has had enough of Kanye's actions and his persistent, threatening prodding of them. The spillway and the infrastructure it supports, according to sources, Kanye's refusal to let go is making the situation too real. When he was hanging out with Jay-Z and really started to put some distance when he got with Kim, Beyoncé was always different. The Carters are just being patient with him now because they know that he really needs a mental health specialist. Given how much Kanye is doing right now, Tina and OS opt to sue him to stop the game for South Africa. I'm telling the truth. Currently, the game is tripping, and I don't even want to see Kanye's former self return. I am starting to hate him because he is strange, and Tina Noyes. It's crazy if you hang around with him. Is it beyond time for us to collectively agree that Kanye is going beyond his limits? I hope to see you in the future video, and please remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. He wants it to go his way, but it's not.